It's
But
not the 3 defeats from 3 games doesn't really match their kind of performance and effort levels anyway. Um, but they still did lose this game. There was 2 yellow cards in this game. One of them has resulted in a grade B late hit on pass, a 1 match penalty notice for Curtis Sirenen. The other one didn't result in anything from the disciplinary, but it was a late hit, but not. It was more. It was for feet to win. It seemed more like he kind of stopped the guy keeping supporting the play after making the pass rather than actually him going in with a hit on him. Kind of
yeah,
seemed more like incidental contact, but he kind of, to me, I thought he got in the way of the runner of the passer who would become a runner. So fair enough that some sort of action was taken, but didn't seem that nasty really. But being consistent, they were trying to pull up late hits and
yeah.
2 yellow cards for late hits.
I wouldn't say this will be like Curtis Sirenen's last late hit on the passer. It seems to be the kind of role of the second rowers at Saints to be those kind of players. So yeah, he's got a bit of an edge to him as Sirenen. So yeah, I don't think that'll be his last charge this year.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, not quite as unhinged as where the player is replaced was getting to, though. I don't think. No, but another good win for Saints, and they sort of roll on. On to Saturday.
Yes.
We had Hull FC hosting Salford, and they've finally arrived at Hull FC into Super League this year. It was 48 points to 16. Comfortable win for the Black and Whites. 20 points to 6 at half time, so a lot of the damage was done in the first half, but they steamed away in the second half too. 10,081 were there. It was Robert Hicks's first game on the whistle. Was it his first game on the whistle? Anyway, Robert Hicks on the whistle in this game. In terms of team stats, Hull FC made 415 more metres at 1 metre per carry better average gain for 9 breaks to 2. Salford, for their part, were kept under 1,000 metres and also 12 errors to 5 by Hull FC. So a lot of errors by Salford, kind of got in their own way as much as the other side of this story, which will be told through Jake Connor, I think.
Yeah, so for Hull FC, Darnell McIntosh with a try, 5 tackle busts and 150 metres. Cameron Scott with 2 tries, 134 metres and 2 clean breaks. Josh Griffin with 131 metres, and Jake Connor with one try and six try assists.
6 try assists was what the stats listed for Jake Connor, yeah.
Holy motherfucker. Okay. And for Salford, King Vuniyawa with 132 metres, Kensia with a try and 121, Brodie Croft with 2 try assists, 108 metres and 2 clean breaks, and Andy Ackers with 44 tackles.
I think the only tries Jake Connor didn't assist were the Cam Scott and Josh Reynolds ones where they kicked it and chased it themselves. Although actually that Cam Scott one might have been the best of the bunch. Always in Our Shadow said, Snide who? It's Snake.
And Paige says, what a difference a week makes. Outstanding performance for the boys. Connor, Reynolds and McNamara completely controlled the game. Sneed was too focused on trying to wind Connor up rather than play the game. Shame we let a few soft tries in at the end. Roll on cast next week. Don't worry, Rob. We've got that bed sheet for you.
Scoot said, pre-match I feared Snide would destroy us. 10-0 up, and jokingly I said I want another 2 tries before half-time, and the team obliged. Lots of positives. Nice tries across the pitch. Grubb's best game for us. Bowden and McNamara had decent games. Connor subbed on 70 minutes after only 6 try assists and 1 try. Some off-the-ball incidents not noticed as no TV. Will be interesting to see if the MRP picks them up. I think they have. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, and Tom Andrews says, so Hull win and the ref bashing disappears. Funny that.
Yeah, and I'm a bit surprised that there wasn't something about this Dan Sargentson one, to be honest, because that actually came, I said the Cam Scott try was not, Connor wasn't directly involved in it, but there was some Connor about that play, in that was the play where Sargentson clearly takes Connor out late in the build-up to the ball getting out to Cam Scott, and I'm guessing that's what his ban was for. I think it should have been a yellow card. It's been picked up as a grade A late hit on the pass or 1 match penalty notice. It was kind of more front on than when they hit them in the back, where they get higher gradings, don't they? It seems to be, but still, it was late, and it was worthy of a card, I think, that one. And Mark Snide's card also came for a late tackle on Connor. I think that was it kind of tackled him, and then he went in and kind of planted a forearm on his face in the tackle, and the touch judge picked that up, and he was dispatched to the sin bin. But yeah, Ryan Braley also got a grade B dangerous contact charge for leading with the feet, but that was downgraded to a grade A after a challenge that we've already mentioned. So he's not got any matches, any bans for that. Mustn't have any previous. I'm not sure what incident that was in, if I'm completely honest, so I can't say, sorry.
No, but I think Paige puts this right really well. It's they say a week's a long week in politics. Well, it's a long week in rugby league.
Well, it seems like they do nothing in politics these days in a week, so other than make things worse. So yeah, it is a big turnaround, isn't it, for Hull FC?
Well, Hodgson's obviously been doing something this week because I mean, obviously Connor's the story, isn't he?
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, 6 try assists is absurd. Some players go all year and don't get 6 try assists, and they're creative players.
Well, he's played 2 games and is tied with Tui Lolohea at the top of the league on 7 try assists. Cade Cust just behind him with 6, and Lolohea and Cust have played all 3 games because they're not the snake.
No, well, you live by the snake, you die by the snake, don't you?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, yeah, but yeah, everything that was wrong last week in the snow was right this week. Yeah, I can't explain it. I mean, I know it's a different opposition, and that obviously plays a big part. But Salford were coming into this confident. They'd won 2 out of 2, and it felt like to me that FC blew them away. So explain that. I'm not sure I can.
They look to be playing like really positively and getting the ball into the right players' hands consistently, because they weren't just scoring from close range or anything with it. They were scoring from further out as well. They were making kind of breaks from everywhere, and Connor was instrumental in that. But Reynolds looked really lively as well. I mean, Sarah said it was his best game in her view for FC so far. So I think we're really like saying, yeah, it was a massive difference. Jake Connor was a big part in that, but they must have been setting a better platform. No doubt Salford's errors contributed, but yeah, really good stuff from Hull FC after what was probably feeling like a bad time. Then turns out Luke Gale being out of the side isn't a problem. If anything, it might be a positive.
I've said this before. You've just got to keep Connor on the field. You've just got to keep him on the field and keep him playing.
Which is probably why they took him off at the end of the game before he did something stupid.
Yeah, well, that's no bad idea. But yeah, FC live and die by Connor's performances. So when he's on a good day, Hull FC have a good day. It's as simple as that, and it's infectious. As you said, people like Reynolds having a good game is because Connor's playing well.
Yeah,
those things it's a virtuous circle. So yeah, got to keep him fit, keep him out of trouble as much as you can, and they'll be all right. It would appear.
A note on Salford, obviously it was a bad day for them overall, but there was flashes on the highlights of Lafayette and Croft, showing how much they do look like good recruits for Salford this year.
Yes, Salford's second try was if that's not in try of the week, I don't know what they've done wrong. Because that
the CEO was
was beautiful. Yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah.
And Lafayette and Croft were the architects of that, weren't they? So
yes, yeah.
A couple of bits of news out of this one, Alan. Do you want to hit the first one?
Yeah, so Hull FC forward Jordan Lane has signed a new deal that will see him stay with his hometown club until the end of the 2025 season.
And former Hull FC centre Jack Logan has announced he will be ending his player career at the age of 26. Logan had agreed to play for Championship side York this year and played 3 matches for them, but is now taking the decision to walk away from the game for family reasons. He also played for Batley, Hull KR, Doncaster, Toronto and Leigh over the course of his career.
It's a bit of a shame, but there you go.
It seems... I think the Wallen brothers have retired, haven't they? But I think that was head injury related, sort of. But it seems a lot of players who've had a bit of Super League but are playing now part time are moving more away from playing. Which, yeah, we need to probably have a think about that and arrest that decline. Someone else who needs to arrest the decline is, well, they're not the decline, is it? Apparently they're on the up, but they still got battered at home. Toulouse versus Warrington. It was 16-2 to the visitors at half-time. Better second half for Toulouse, but they still went down 32 points to 18 in the end. 4,887 were there. Chris Kendall made the fly as well to referee. In terms of the team stats, 5 clean breaks each, but Warrington made over 200 more metres at 1.1 metre per carry, better average gain.
For Warrington, George Williams with a try assist, just one try assist, 145 metres. Matty Ashton, 139 metres. Mike Cooper, the average prop, 118 metres and 3 offloads. And Joe Bullock with 108 metres. Sounds like he had a better game than last week. For Toulouse, Matty Russell with 103 metres and Ollie Asholbot with a try. 5 tackle busts, 164 metres and 2 clean breaks on debut.
Yep, EFC78JU said, it was an easy fixture to get through as that was what Wire do best, go through all opponents that have been promoted to Super League, like Leigh last season, won at home, postponed away, and yesterday beat Toulouse, who could not barely fill their Rugby Union Stadium for an RL game on a Saturday evening. Well played, Wire, even though we may have conceded quite a few tries home time against for another French opposition of Catalan. Oh, I tried to get through it without a breath, but I felt like I was going to die. Full stops, EFC.
Rich Owen says, good attacking rugby from the Wire. A little worrying conceding a soft couple of tries towards the end of the game. Hopefully just complacency. It's a bit of a sad to say when you're happy about complacency. A couple of tough games coming up, especially Saints away. Should have a clear picture of where our season will be heading by then. Always our year.
Yeah, obviously not on TV and not a lot of people would have had the opportunity to travel over or have caught this in time to send in the fan reviews and stuff like that. So, understandably, thinner on numbers, but I've caught the highlights. Have you?
Yes, not much to say other than kicking a penalty straight away is never a good sign. That's always.
They were 4-0 down as well.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, that doesn't. It never fills me with confidence when you've got a chance to put pressure on your opposition and you're taking the 2. Yeah, I mean, Warrington expectedly dominant, and as Rich said, probably just a little bit complacent at the end, maybe.
I'm not sure if it's more about their opponents or something we need to keep track on, maybe. But Williams appeared to have enjoyed himself playing without Widdop, didn't he?
Well, I think judging any game, a Toulouse game is going to be hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Potentially.
For now, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you've got to say the debut boy had a good game. They're good numbers. You can't argue with that. So.
Well, he scored a great solo try. I don't know if it was Wire not respecting him enough or what, but he found space and broke through and ran round everyone. So, absolute credit to. We'll talk a little bit more about him in a minute, Ollie Asholbot, with people's views on the signing itself. But I think everyone's views on the signing will have turned even more positive after that performance, I would say.
Yeah, I would think so.
Most of the reviews and or stuff that I've seen about this one, there's a bit of talk starting about Toronto being on an upwards curve, right, and showing improvements again, week on week, and all that sort of stuff. And I don't really want to be that guy saying, "Are they any good yet?" Because Wigan play them next week. But some of the tries Wire scored were basic. It really felt like all Wire had to do was hit their passes, and they would find a gap, without much craft. Having to Williams' try assist with the kick was good craft, but again, there was no one challenging for it. It seemed like they were a bit deer in the headlights still, and just against basic plays. So I still think there is